It's now the morning of day 5. Just kind of linked up with this old railroad grade. You know, it's a beautiful little just nature path kind of meandering through the forest. Just telling Ann that this is kind of what I expected Minnesota, the Superior hiking trail, to look like. It was just going to be this nice sort of smooth dirt sidewalk, maybe do some nice little climbs, a couple hundred feet here and there. But what my expectations were couldn't be farther from reality. We were joking last night that it's just, you know, Superior hiking trail is just quintessential northern Minnesota sufferfest. You know, it's really unassuming, but it's been a challenge. Really rewarding one though. Some nice views of some lakes. Of course, Lake Superior. Can't beat that. With the fall colors starting to come in. Nice cool morning. It was cold this morning. It was really cold and quiet. Hear a little bit of traffic from the Voyager Highway in the distance. I don't know if we were just like both tired or cold. Maybe a little reflective, just recognizing that today's the last day, last full day anyway, on trail. It's been a really wonderful hike. Got a couple of other detours kind of coming up. We decided not to kind of try to go across the old bridge site at Split Rock. Then there's like a new portion of trail that was just built that's supposedly supposed to be really muddy. So instead of just fighting the mud and maybe going through like a water crossing, just kind of take a long detour along the bike path. But thankfully it's pretty low. It goes along the lake shore. Maybe get some nice views down there. Just an extended kind of road walk detour around a couple of areas. May opt, if I were out here trying to hike the whole thing, may opt to just, you know, try to be the purist about it and stay on trail, but just kind of hitting a section, you can be a little more flexible. It's linked up with the Gitchi-Gami Trail. A lot of G's and consonants. I don't know how to say that. But got a couple of miles here on this path. Just kind of meandering along the highway in the lakeshore. Kind of getting around a couple sections with some washouts. So enjoy the road walk while it lasts. Back on the SHT, over here at Fifth Falls. Not sure what makes it the fifth of all the other falls here at Gooseberry, but really beautiful river. Went off of the off that bike path. Had a quick stop over there at the visitor center. Had a quick snack. Anne's over here at the top of the hill, just kind of stretching her legs. Trail's been pretty tough. Kind of getting up and over some of these climbs and just kind of sliding around into the mud. It's kind of kicking our asses, but basically the penultimate here. Really nice being able to cross this beautiful water feature. But head across that bridge, keep on going. We basically come to that point where it's time for me to offer just a bunch of unsolicited opinions of Steamboat himself. Things I've been thinking about the past couple of days since I've been out here walking in Minnesota's North Shore. That's what it had said back there in the visitor center. Sometimes not really sure how to refer to some of these geographical places. My friend Dan back there refers to a lot of this as the Northwoods. I don't know if that's a Midwest or a Wisconsin thing, but Minnesota's North Shore here on Lake Superior. I've been having a really excellent time. It's been tough hiking. Thankfully the weather hasn't been too bad. Anne's feeling it right now. She's kind of stiff, moving kind of slow. I can totally understand that. Just day after day, basically really pushing ourselves. You know, wake up at sunrise, pack things up and get moving, basically moving all day long. It's gonna start to wear you down. But for me, that's kind of the rewards. It's like I'm out here on vacation, you know? Took time off from work. It's like, this is what I've chosen to do. Could have gone to like Southern California, I guess. Sat on the beach and slowly black out drinking Mai Tais, but it's not much my style anymore. So I gotta like do something else that's completely just so involved. Just subjecting myself to everything that's out here. I do, I really like it. It's taken some time to figure that out. You know, I felt kind of weird starting to film initially. It's been a while. Even in the spring when I did my long section on the Arizona Trail, I didn't even bring my camera gear. And I was like looking back on some of it. Look at all this mud, man. This is a mud pit. But I didn't even bring any of my camera gear out there on the Arizona Trail. And after I'd like kind of put together just a quick little short of the footage that I did have, I was like, man, I really should have tried to capture a little bit more of this, you know, just for myself. And I forget that, you know. I originally started making these videos and things for my brother-in-law a couple of years back when he was kind of talking about it. I was like, you know, I'll give it a shot. I'll kind of see how it goes, see what it's all about. But then I really kind of started to forget who I was doing it for. You know, it wasn't for, I don't even know if my brother-in-law watches any of these. So go figure, you know. Sometimes you use the person that motivates you to do something and they're not even involved in it. If you are watching, thank you. I guess I'll just have to say that for like a small caveat. But then I kind of lost focus that, you know, it's really not for anybody else. Just have to be for myself. Before would I make it? You know, some of my friends and things have stumbled upon this channel and some of the videos and make these comments like, you're almost a different person. You seem like very different than we see out in just kind of your everyday regular life. And it's like, yeah, this just for me, this takes a completely different disposition, different attitude. Not as concerned with a lot of things. Just like, I'm like learning to sort of prioritize myself. I have to practice a lot of self-acceptance. Over these past couple of years, it's been really tough. It's something I focused a lot on. Learning to accept myself and learning to love myself. You know, I think especially when I made that decision to move from Colorado back down to Arizona, it's like I'd completely saturated my frontal cortex with cannabinoids and I wasn't thinking straight. And needed just some time to reprioritize and get my head back on my shoulders. So I was really reluctant to, you know, take any trips, especially to do any filming. You know, just sort of like, I wasn't sure what the motivation was anymore, or if it was something that I was like just doing to escape, or something that I really did enjoy doing. But after a period of time, a brief hiatus, you know, I really love it. You know, just the involvement, have a chance to come out here, see beautiful things. But I made it to this little shelter and should be coming up here pretty soon from that direction. I'll wait for it here. This is a much better looking shelter than the other one at the other state park. It's actually intact this time. Take refuge from a storm if need be. I think the one thing I like, you know, is just like learning to move with the day, just accept things as they are. Have a lot of time to meditate on the impermanence of things. You know, that hour ago I was down there at the visitor center, just dozens, if not hundreds of people. I think they're all after something similar, you know, just like be able to see in person that picture postcard type image of just nature, just something really inspiring. Also kind of thinking about that impermanence and the trajectory of life and everything else. And I don't know if it's just being shrouded in kind of this green tunnel, forest bath, if you will, but it's really starting to awaken something. Just really happy that I came out here, decided to take the time and come up here to Minnesota. Have some time to walk, some time to think about things. I hope you've enjoyed. Still got a little further to go, and until tomorrow, see where it takes us.